Alright guys, new day, new project. Well, same project. We got our new front cross member in, all that's great. Nice and strong. We're gonna do a brace here for this mount, but I want to get the suspension figured out and finished first. So that's kind of my priority. To cycle the suspension, make sure we're okay, we need to strengthen this up right there, because off camera this broke and caused the axle to slam down, hit my welding ground, broke the welding ground, and then bent the rim. The right side lower control arm bracket ripped off of it. All this stuff is just tack welded. It's just in mock-up, but now I got some big tacks rather than the tacks I was using because of that problem. So I'm gonna finish that mount. I'm gonna put the other side on it. I'm gonna weld it in. I believe it's gonna be great where it is. I don't know if I need to gusset it or not, but for mock-up it's gonna be fine. The other thing is this upper control arm, I cut it out of the wrong material. Should have used a thinner. The other stuff's a 1/4 inch thinner, so it's an 1/8 inch overall. Now I'm not really hurting anything having this here. It's fitting nice. The only thing I got is the fit up on the bung right there. I don't know how well that's gonna be, so I'm gonna ask Brody when he comes over if I really need to change that, because having a thicker arm there, that sounds good to me, especially being low down in the vehicle. That's weight down low. I understand you don't want too much weight, but in my head it is golden. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to finish up that mount. I'm going to come over here after cycling it a bit. Well, actually I got to get on this one soon, because this mount in its current configuration doesn't like to be moved. So we're going to come out probably somewhere down here, come up, grab this, and then I'm going to brace it from here over, and that should make this mount nice and strong, and I'll use their backing plate and all that good stuff. Maybe, possibly. I haven't used much of it yet. Everything's cut here to weld, so let's stick to one thing at a time here. Let's cruise, guys. Okay, step one, I'm going to level the axle, which hoodly hoo, that's damn near perfect. Let's perfect it. There it is. That's nice. Now when I come over here and I put the bracket where it needs to be, I'm going to be able to level and line it up. So that's what we got now. It's not finished yet, and to be honest with you, I'm not in love with this, so I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. If I'm going to keep this bracket, not keep this bracket. This side has a bunch of holes, this side has none because I made that bracket. Yeah, we're not really sure what we're going to do. And then I need to encompass front to back here. I need to have a little more strength than this. I think I need to start over. We're going to have to cycle it still, but we got to take care of this track bar mounting bracket. And to do that, we have to hook back up to the gearbox, find our height, our ride height. I was talking about cutting the frame here to get extra, but if I do that, then I'm going to be into the motor mount up here and a bunch of other stuff, and I think for my purposes right now, I really think I'm going to have more than enough height, clearance, and up travel, down travel if I just make it go flush with it. So let's get the steering hooked back up and continue. Okay guys, so we got the track bar in. I got it squared up, plumb, nice. If you look down these two pipes, I mean, that gap is damn near perfect. Now, this is just PVC, right? So from one twist to another, does it stay where it needs to be? I don't know. But I'm gonna say that's gonna be German enough for me. So it's time to make it good and tight. So now we're gonna work on this bracket over here. Okay guys, so I did it off camera, but same thing that I've done on them all. I still have my lowers, my upper, And now I got my track bar. I'm just gonna loosen up these clamps. Pull that out. What do you think, guys? That should be thick enough, huh? Yep. I ended up pulling out the saw after all. I wasn't gonna pull that sucker out. It is heavy, but I'm out of cut off discs. The show must go on. And I think I cut it too short. Nope. Yeah, so the show must go on, so I drag that fat butthole out. Okay, I'll take that. All day, all day. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna TIG weld these. Feel like it's a deeper penetration. Giggity. All right, let's go put her in the car. Oh, that's a sexy looking chingus right there, I'll tell you that. And we didn't lose any clearance. I'll take that any day of the week. Yes. Yes. Guys, that was an eyeball. I literally eyeballed that. I am okay with that. It looks a little crooked from your view. How's that? Look a little straighter? That's it's pretty damn good. Needs a little more, so we are going to cut it here just because perfection's fun. So we're almost there. Oh, that's nice. Okay, that's gonna be good. It's good. It's all about taking just a few minutes, guys, to make this fit right. So now, right there, we'll be sitting on top of the weld. This guy's gonna pop in here, pop in there. Oh, that's perfect. Yes. Yes. Ish. Perfect ish. Back to our first set of dimes on the bracket. So I took it out to weld the parts that I couldn't weld. It's welded on the back side and the inside, so that when I set it back up in there, all I have to do is the front. How do you do it? Let's get back to work. Hey guys, have you remembered to like and to subscribe? I hope so. let's get back to work. Back to it, guys. Alright guys, so I've been cruising on this thing. I got the bracket. I got to do a little triangle chingus over here. We got the face welded in. Everything's all nice and welded all the way down. I am going to drill some sort of hole in the bottom of this as a water weep. However, this is where we're sitting right now. So I'm trying to let this thing cool down. Yeah, it's still piping hot. We are going to be bracing this across this somehow. I don't know exactly how yet, because obviously just down at the bottom there, it's just pinched in there. I got weld underneath, weld on top of this side. Then on this side here, I got weld all the way across, burning it in hard. I have not welded it inside yet, and I don't think I'm going to, but this isn't enough force. Like this, that'll get torn off. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to go maybe from this line up to this. I don't know yet. I'm gonna get the shock in there before I worry about any of that though. So for right now, we are ready to move on to these tie rod ends and the drag link. Cut these to the appropriate lengths and weld them in. Alright guys, we have our links in. They're made out of real material now. I got 4.7 on the drag link, got 4.8 on the track bar, and 4.7 on the drag link. So let's show you how this all looks. Pretty happy with all that. You can't ask. I mean, I'm 0.1 degree off on these. That's acceptable for a dum-dum like me. I'm good with it. So that part's all done. Now, smart thing to do would be to start figuring out my ram assist in the axle. I'm not a smart kind of guy. I do have an issue with this upper link still, and I need to put that into the correct bar. So I think that's my next little project here. Get that buttoned up, that way I'm not having to go back on that. See our nice little drag link bracket there. Nice, nice. So at some point I gotta weld these outers on. I'm pretty much to the point, guys, where I'm happy with this. Very happy with it. So let's get that third link done, get that all buttoned up, and then we'll move to the next. It's a little hard to see, but inside there we have the third link has been changed over. Can't really show you, but I have some clearance to my frame now. However, as I'm going through everything with the actual bars that are there, I'm noticing a little close to the bolt. I still have enough room. It's not hitting hard. I mean, I can still turn this, but I'm going to scooch that forward another 1/4 of an inch, which will not give me any trouble at all. Just break the welds, move it forward, and then that's going to be all buttoned up. And I don't know how much cycling I need to go on this, because it's looking pretty damn good. So everything's in, tack welded into place. Again, I'm gonna TIG weld all this, make it nice. My drag link bar I went a little thicker so it doesn't match the bung there, but I don't really care. And everything else is moving beautifully. I'm tempted to try the struts. I might just wait till Brody gets here, or I might just try it. I don't know. But I'm very pleased how this is working so far. So yeah, everything's Everything's finally starting to come together. It's amazing what one wrong part and zero knowledge what kind of delays you can get with that, but that's the truth. And then 10 inches off the rim was putting me like right below the bottom of this seam, and then it got a little close back here, so we're gonna have to clearance with tires on it, which I have 2 tires mounted in the little house over there. So we also got this done off camera. So I sealed in the holes back here. I put in the new bung for the bolt. The sleeve up top, I have just a sleeve there. I tack welded it in a few spots so it won't move. And I'm not going to build a big bracket up and over this thing. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to come off of it with some plates, weld it to the frame. I think it's going to be strong enough. We'll get there when we get there. So that's going to wait for the gearbox to be pulled out. Gearbox being pulled out is going to wait until I get this new mount in and that sort of stuff. So right now I'm kind of at a point where I call it a day or do some more. I don't know which way I'm going to go with it. Get that moved over. It did give me a little bit of clearance off of it, so I'm going to get some offset, whatever those things are called, offset collar, push that over just a touch more on the other side to kind of line it up. I'm done. So that's going to wrap up this episode, guys. She's starting to look like a truck. No complaints about that. So yes, I still have to finalize the 3rd link mount. I still have to finalize that mount there. I got to put my ram assist in it, but I'm getting impatient. So the next step for me is to get an axle underneath this thing's ass. I don't want to sit here and play with all the piddly poo stuff. I want the axle under it. So that's what we're going to be doing on the next episode, and probably the episode after that, and probably the episode after that, and maybe even quite possibly, you guessed it, the episode after that. But alright guys, thanks for watching another episode of Penguin's Garage, working on the Taco Supreme. Next time we're going to be shoving axles underneath it, the rear axle, and then once that's in, we'll get back up to the front there and we'll finish up all the goobly-goo stuff. All the track bar mounts, just everything. The hydro assist, the pump. We got a lot more to do on that, but I want to get axles underneath this thing. That way we can get the ORIs in it, and that way I feel accomplished. So if you haven't done it already, guys, hit the thumb button. You know, everybody likes the thumb, so hit it, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks guys.